And if they told you address, I think if someone want to sell the property, they will told you the address for sure. So first we search, this is wrong. We search the property address. Let's use one of the sample, 21 LADDER CRES. So if you put the search, the address, they will come out. Whatever any property available, they will come out from here. So I see this 21 letters crescent in the East Granbury. So I found listing from previous. There was bunch of the listing on the MLS. If they never sold, you can find the listing information. You cannot find the listing information, but you can find from land registry. But however, I'm going to using one of the sample. It was listed on the MLS before. So let's choose the recently sold. So that is the property information. We have get the property address. We get how many bedroom. We get how many parking, roughly square footage, and who is the listing agent previous list, and when the property sold, how much they sold. And we get all of the information measurement from here. So let's start to prepare the listing. First step, we find the listing from MLS if it was listed on the MLS. So next one, we go back to the main page of the MLS. We're using the web form or scale slope. It depends which one you like to use. Either one, it's okay. So I will use web form as a sample. We have some agent not mute yourself. I'm going to mute you because there's a noise. Okay, so now let's start from web form. Definitely you can use in SkySlope, web form, either one. Which one you like, whatever. So I will use in web form. And I will use create transaction. And from create transaction, I'm going to write down the property address. If you want to write down city, that's fine, but usually we just put the street name, number, and the name. That's good enough. So the next one, template, is very, very important because we're using the template. Office will help us to create all the forms. So this is a freehold. We know this is a freehold, and this is a freehold listing for sale. So we found 01E, freehold listing for sale, 01E. If there's other like a condo, you need to find it from the here, 02D, condo townhouse listing for sale. But for this one, we are going to using freehold listing for sale. And don't do anything. We get a last agent stuck here because they're trying to choose import data from the MLS. So for listing, we only fill the information. First one, street name. Second one, template. That's all. So don't touch anything below. Otherwise, you are not able to create the listing. It's very, very, very important. If you ever know, you know. If you never create a listing, so please be careful. Don't choose anything other than this first and the second name and the template. So let's create the listing. So once you create listing, we go to forms on the right. You see the forms. So all of those forms we may need. It's not everything we need, but I will explain which one we need. First one we need is listing agreement. Listing agreement means we send a listing to the seller. What's the listing term? How long will be list? How much the listing price? How much the commission will be charged? So that is all will state on the listing agreement. So the next one, be careful. The next one, we have lots of the agent. Previous one, finish 290 MLS data form. After you finish, you have to go to MLS listing to do one more time, or column listing, just waste your time. So for now, from now on, we just leave 290, leave it. We don't do the 290 from here. So just ignore the 290. We first finish 271 and 630 fun track, recall info guide. Those are three forms. But if you have two sellers, let's say a couple, so you need one seller each fun track form. So if I have two sellers, you have to add another 630 fun track. If I have a three seller, you have to add another fun track. Each seller, they need a separate individual identification information. Fun track, each seller need one set. But the recall info guide, we only need one. Listing information, so that is for all the seller. And MLS data, MLS property information form. So this form is for ITSO. ITSO, that means if you're the member of the Misaga Cornerstone board, if you're the Oakville board, you need MLS ITSO listing information. But for tribal member, we never use ITSO MLS listing. So if you are the tribe member, I would suggest you delete this form. Before I delete, just make sure MLS property information form for ITSO. Delete if you are the tribe listing. So 244, seller's direction. If the property seller willing to ask a holding certain date to receive the multiple offer, we use in 244. And 299, seller's disclosure, latent defect. So usually if the property you think there's anything wrong, we use, but most of the case we don't use. And 823 is a residential information checklist. So that is going to no need a signature, but that's going to help you to go through with the property. Make sure there is no misunderstanding on the closing, before the closing. Something maybe the seller said, no, you never ask me. The furnace is rental. The air condition is rental. So that's why we quickly need to check with 823. Let's go to first form first. Listing agreement, quickly go through the listing agreement. So this video will be recorded because the time is very limited. We have to go a little bit fast because we covered too much information today. And the seller's name, of course, easy. Listing agent, who is the agent? You are the listing agent, put your name. And the property address, 21. Okay, I'm going to leave it. That's very easy. Just put a street name, street number, city, postcode, and listing. When the listing will be start, let's say you talk to the seller, and the seller says, "I'm going to ready when maybe now it's not ready. I'm going to ready for next Monday. Next Monday is May 05. So I'm going to put May 05 is contract date. That means that before the contract date, the seller needed to prepare the property. So we put a May 05, that date is uploaded to the MLS date. We can send the listing today, but the contract date is the MLS date will be in the future. So if you put today's date, upload the MLS to next Monday, that means the day on market will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Become 5 days day on market. It's not a fresh listing. So that's why the contract date is the date you want to put on the MLS. So the termination date, expire date, for trap, minimum 60 days. that means 2 months minimum. If the seller asks you, can I just put 1 week? If nothing happens, I'm going to find someone else. You have to tell them the listing minimum 2 months. But of course, usually the seller, they trust you, they will give you the chance, but we put at least 3 to 4 months to list the property. So May plus 3 is by end of the August. So that is 3 months we list on the property. But you can put 4 months by end of the June. It's very common. We put 4 months for the listing, from expiry date for the listing. So nothing wrong because we can sell the property within few days. Maybe after 3 months we cannot sell. It really depends on market. Depends how much the property, the listing price you list. Depends on how are you going to do the market strategy. So that is the listing commencing the expire date. The price is very important. So we leave the price at last. And the next one, schedule. We have a schedule A. Of course, our office we have a schedule B, but sometimes we put a schedule A and B. Sometimes we just leave blank. It's not really matter. For the commission, so usually the commission, we charge the commission, let's say 4.5%, give it to cooperating 2.5%. And the holdover days is 90 days. And some agent, they charge full commission, 5%. It really depends. This is total commission. If you charge 4.5 commission, give it to 2.5, that means you will only take a 2%. Maybe you say, oh, this is my friend. I don't want to charge them too much. I only take a 1%. I'm happy. So just take a 3.5. That means 2.5 to cooperating, 1% will go to listing agent. So it really depends yourself. How are you going to decide? That's all for the for the listing agreement. And we recently come out a schedule A for the listing agreement. Most of the case, if there's no special arrangement, we leave blank. We just leave it, finish. So most of the people just leave blank. We don't do anything for schedule A. And we go to next form. It's called a fund track. So fund track, I'm not take time for the fund track. And you just pretend you finish. Okay, next one is RICO info guide. It's still very simple, straightforward form. Explain the agency relation, go all the way to last page, agent's name, seller's name, nothing we should spend the time. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3 order form. We finish, but before we go to the important MLS data, that's one of the we spend the most of the time. We quickly go to the residential information checklist because most of people, they never know this form. So that form is going to explain what's the hot water tank on rental lease, what's the furnace on rental lease, how about a water softener on rental lease. That means not too many things, but those will bring your attention. Let a seller ask a seller in front of the seller, make sure we don't have anything we missed up. Maybe the seller, they have a furnace, have an air condition, it's a list, but they didn't told you, we assume they owned. Before the closing, the buyer's lawyer do the title search. They found out, oh, there's something on the title for the furnace. So that will create huge problem. So get everything ready before, better than you have problem to let the seller have the money lost before the closing. So that's why there's no signature, but we have to ask seller. Okay, so this form we finish. And before we go to ask a seller to sign, we go to MLS. We do another very important third part, the part 3. Very, very important for the listing MLS data. So let's go to the MLS and let's go to dashboard. You see the dashboard, and we go to listing, add, edit. Before we go to add edit, we found the listing was listed before. So we can copy MLS number and we go to add edit. So if you have a listing list before, we go to edit listing, the second tab, and we paste the listing from MLS list before. We click column listing. That means you copy the listing information from MLS will save you 80 or 90% to all the information will automatically come to your listing. So we use a column listing. But if you didn't find the listing was listed before, we have to manually add listing. Search the information we create. So for this one, we just column listing from the previous one. And before we column listing, remember we needed exactly square footage. Before we have to spend the $5 or check with the seller, make sure how much the square footage. But right now, the trap list, edit listing, they will automatically find those information. It's free of charge if you search from land registry from here. We just enter few word, we will find out the drop down. They must come out from drop down from land registry. We select, and after we select, we double check who is the listing agent. It's yourself, and the transaction is for sale, and the residential freehold, detached, street number, street name, and the city, municipality, community, everything is good. We just click create. And once we create, you will find lots of information, 80% or 90% is already here. So now we start MLS data just by quickly click validate. So you will know where you need to fill the missing information. And postcode, I believe you can find postcode from the listing. And front on, so you can find front on from the listing, front on east, or from the jewel house. And the legal description, same thing, you can copy paste. And the size is a feet. And waterfront. Well, you know what? I'm not going to take time to fill out the information, but I just let you know you have to they have alert, red, Australia. You have to check. You have the missing part. You have to fill the information here. The direction, that means the intersection. The main cross street intersection. So this direction is new. We have lots of agents. They just get confused. So what's direction? If you really don't know how to fill the information, you see the information icon. You hold over the mouse, you will see the information icon. They will let you know, enter the description of the how to get to the property. So easy, some people just put the intersection. Some people just put, turn right from, from, let's say from this street name and turn right again. So just a direction. But I don't think you should waste your time because right now everybody they have a GPS. Enter the street name, they will easy to find out. So direction, put the intersection, So will help you to save the time. That is one of the paper stack here. Next one, among how much the property list, property price, because this is a resale, not a brand new. So HST is included in. We get a lot of paper confused, and also this is a new mandatory field. For the rest, it's the same as before, just put all the red color, enter the information, exact information. And keep going. All of those, you have to fill the information. And remember, we search from the unpack land registry. They will automatically pop up the information from unpack. When the property built, how much the square footage above the grid, that means the property. This is exactly, so free of charge, they will automatically come out. So because we remembered when we column listing, we just enter the street name again from the land registry. So keep going and fill all the information, the room, community, comments, remark for the client, inclusion. So, and the agent's phone number, agent's email, listing agent, how much the commission, SPIS, we don't have, just choose no. And the distributed internet, yes, because we want everybody see from realtor.ca. Distributed DDF IDX, yes, because we want everybody see from app. Distributed address, yes, we wanted to everybody see know the which exact property address. And permission to contact the listing brokerage for advertising, yes. That means we allowed listing brokerage to advertising, but if the other brokerage, they have to contact a listing agent, get a consent. So showing for the showing system and the contact after expire, no, that means we just let the seller know when the property terminate, expired. We don't want the agent to contact you, bother you, see if you want to sell the property again. So anyway, all of those is a very quick, straightforward. I don't think there's anything make confused. But if you have anything you think have a question, please feel free to put in the chat. And we are going to, after we finish, we go to the chart to answer all the questions. Okay, so
yes, sir. It's all inside. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to mute. Okay, so the last one, once you finish everything, you can just do validate. The system will validate for you, make sure there's no any alert. That means everything is become ready to put on the MLS. You see the submit button will be here. And then we are going to click the preview, generate. So from the preview generate, you're going to download, save this draft because you need a seller to sign this form. You download this form, you save the draft, and when you do the authentic sign together, send it to the seller, use your authentic sign. So you are not going to waste your time to fill 290 form because you know the form is exactly same information, but it just waste your time to do the double time. You know, you spend the time to finish this form, and then you come to the MIS data form, do one more time. That means you duplicate your job. So that's why we are not suggest you to finish the form for the MIS data. We just finish from the draft and download the draft, send it to the seller together with the listing agreement, let the seller to sign it. After the seller to sign this form, we are going to upload to the MLS by click submit here. Because we don't have all the information is missing. So that's why you cannot see the submit button. Okay, so I think that's all for the listing. Let's recap everything. The first one, making sure you get all the information ready. You don't really need to use Excel, but you can just write down all the information from the anywhere. This is very basic information. You are going to prepare the flow, the whole process, the flow for the listing, which information you need, what is a step by step to start the listing, and what is the strategy for the marketing, where you can put the listing to, and how to promote your listing. And then we go the second step, go to web form. From the web form, we have to create a listing. When you create a listing, you get all the forms ready. Trying to get a form, listing agreement, fund track, recall info guide, and fill all the information. So the next step, we go to MLS listing. From MLS listing, we go to draft. From the draft listing, add edit, we get a draft. The draft, you can either create a new, either you can use current listing to do the column listing. So once you fill all the information, use a preview, use a generate, use a download the listing, and together send it to seller to sign it. Once everything done, when the day comes, you just click submit listing. Before the submit listing, you have to make sure the staging ready, photo ready, for sale sign ready, open house, just list postcard ready, and the open house. So maybe I will show you where we can put the open house. The first open house is agent open house. You see on the other, in the add edit, other. Under other category, you see broker open house. That means agent open house. So you can choose only one day. Some agent complain why I only can choose one day. So usually the agent open house is only for one day, weekday, like Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, just depends which day. Agent open house is before the listing. Oh, the listing just came out. We want to invite the agent in the area to come and see the property and get the feedback to you, see if they are willing to bring their buyer come to see the property. So that is the agent open house. We only need a one day. So next one, we need a public open house. The public open house we can find from MLS main page, homepage. If you're in the homepage, but you have to make sure the listing is already on the market. So we go to MLS tools and we scroll down. You can see all the way to see the open house. Public open house. We get a disappeared. Whereas the open house is just disappeared. Okay, let's go back to the
The third
home.
row. The third row.
Oh, okay.
First one at its third row.
Okay.
Third. Yeah.
Okay, so right here. All right, so get a little bit higher. So that's why I cannot see it. Okay, so here's a public open house. And we click a public open house. And we just click add open house. So if you have a listing, you can just choose your listing and choose the date for when are you going to do the open house. And first, let's choose the date. Let's say this is Saturday, Sunday. 224. We're going to save it. And then we're going to add another open house. Another open house, we click the date. Let's say this is Sunday, 224. We save it. So now you have a 2 open house available. So usually open house will take 24 hours to syndicate to the public, like realtor.ca, Sigma, or Realmaster, whatever the app need 24 hours. Sometimes it will be very quick, maybe few hours, but usually we can expire the 24 hours. So wait for the 24 hours. Before the Saturday, Sunday, you have to set up the open house as early as possible. So that is the second one. First is the agent open house. Second one is public open house. Lots of the agent missing this step. So that's why the seller say, where is my open house? You promise me you are going to put the open house notification, but I cannot see it because you forget this step. It cannot be immediately, but it should be get ready in a few hours or few days. So the third one is called the Broker Bay open house. So we go to Broker Bay, Broker Bay. Where's Broker Bay? Right here. You see the Broker Bay in the home page. Once the Broker Bay load, so we click brokerage. I think everybody can click the brokerage. After brokerage, you see the open house. After open house, you can click add. From add, you need to choose your listing. So if you find your listing, just click select and choose the date, public open house. This is Saturday, create. And then do another same thing, do another one for this Saturday and Sunday. Once you finish this step, office will prepare the open house flyer and send it to every agent. Usually it's a Friday. So that is the third step. It's very important. Using Broker Bay, send it to office agent for the open house. Okay, so now I think the listing, lots of people get a headache. They don't know where to start. But today I want trying to help you to get understand where we start, how to organize, the listing, and how to prepare the forms, which form we have to use for the listing, and how to get the MLS data ready, and ask a seller to sign it. After sign the listing, we get a submit the listing. We're going to create open house. And yeah, that's it. I think that's all for today. For the listing, it's not easy. So you need to spend more time to study the market and get the comparable market analysis and see the house market in the area and how many property they sold, how much the property, the recently on the day on market. And then you have give the seller suggestion, how are you going to start for the market strategy? Because right now we see some agents said, oh, I think multiple offer should always can help, but maybe not, because right now the market is still buyer's market. If you multiple offer, maybe nobody will come. Even somebody come, maybe the offer date, no offer come in. Even there's some offer coming, the price is really, really low. Okay, so let's take a look at the question we have. We don't have too many questions. First one, can you share the Excel? That's very good. Checklist. Okay, I will share. Next one, where are the form for the portal listing? So the portal listing is exactly same as freehold. So when you create the listing, and there's only one template is freehold, second template is for condo. Because portal is a freehold with a little bit of common element. So we treat as a freehold. Just exactly same as like a freehold listing. Where can I find your record video for today's session? Okay, so the record video is in Office website. Let's go to Office website, homelifelandmark.com. And after that, choose resource and agent portal. So you have your username and the password. If you cannot log in, you can always try lost your password. It's going to be reset. The system will send you the reset link. You can reset your password. So click login and I'll go to Office resource. And from resource, go to marketing resource. And from marketing resource, from training resource, second one. And go to training video. We have a 2025 landmark Bootcamp. So that is all the video we have from this year. So I'm going to upload the list. The video will be here under the number. This is number 9 video under the David's multiple offer. So you will see maybe later of today, you will see the video will be here. Okay, let's go to here. Let's go to export, download as export, download a copy. 2025 farming, put in the download, save. So from the chart, where is the chart? And we are going to upload document. (2025) farming. Before I upload, just double check, make sure the form is right. I don't want to get the wrong one. From download, go to yes, it looks like right, but we have a problem because the problem is I have some listing here. Okay, so that is some personal information I'm going to delete. Buyer template, nothing, to-do list. That is something not related. I'm going to delete. And the open house check-in, I can give it to you. That's no problem. Small business evaluation bonus, I can send it to you. So listing template, you will see the listing template. So other than the listing template, we have a small business evaluation, open house checklist, and buyer template. Okay, that's good. Nothing else. I'm going to save again. File, save, close. Open one more time. Making sure everything is good. Okay. So now I'm going to upload to download 2025, open. And all right, so you will see the form 2025 farming. We have you can download it to your computer, to your cell phone in the Zoom meeting. And if you cannot find out, just let me know, send me a WhatsApp or WeChat. I can send it to you directly. All right, so 12 o'clock is exactly 1 hour, and it's a wonderful day to share everybody for the how to prepare the listing. Don't be afraid. So listing is easy. Just if you're trying to do field, you are going to be a pro of the listing. So take time, and any question, feel free to ask. We can help. So trying to download. If you're not download it, it's very easy, like just common sense. It's not, I'm not a professional to make this form. Maybe you can find it from the Google, from the ChatGPT. They can help you to create a more professional form. But anyway, that is based on, the form is based on the daily practice. I think this is important information. Okay, so we don't have any question so far, and everybody enjoy the training. So that's all for today. And we have another training will come out tonight. Is for the marketing training. If you already sign in with our manager Calvin, and you can come in person in the Markham office, 7 o'clock. Saturday, we have another training. Is for the David Chen will host the training for how to protect your commission, how to avoid the complaint, because we get a lot of complaint every week. This is Saturday, 11 to 12. All right, so thank you. We are going to see you next time. And Marco, before we go, Marco asked, how can I add custom form to the web form? Okay, so the web form, you can always customize. This is Office template, and you can customize your form from template. From the template, you can transaction template. You can always create your own template. Template is only used for yourself, not for share with Office. Okay, so thank you one more time, and see you next time. That's all for today.
Thanks, Sammy. Very helpful.
Yeah, sure, no problem.